Are we live? We good? I know you can't see me because I gotta move real quick, but this is the new headset I got. Let me know if I'm too loud or too quiet, or you guys can't hear me at all. I gotta adjust this camera. Hold on. I switched up the setup a little bit and put the computer little echo. That's weird. Um, but good. I wonder why it would be echoing. Can go a little louder. Okay, hold on. How is that? I don't know if that really did anything. There we go. That's 20 decibels. That should be about the same as what my regular microphone is set to. Might just be the Bluetooth in your car. That's true. Okay, because I was testing it earlier with some better. Okay. I might turn up the Spotify a little bit too, actually, because I feel like it might be too quiet now. I've never done this type of thing before, so it's kind of hard to balance the audio. Okay. Here we are. So this is pretty sweet. Actually, here, if I stand over here, you can see me. There we go. So, camera 1 right there. Camera 2 right here in front of the PC with the wireless headset. And, oh, here, let me get my laptop. I've got my laptop on the side over here so that I can read chat while I do this and make sure the stream is working okay. Oh, I just remembered I have to get my tool set real quick, but we are pretty much good to go. And I had to make a whole new layout because I wasn't really a fan of the way it was before. So not only do you have the two cameras, but I hooked my capture card up to your PC so that instead of having like a ghetto setup with the camera like pointed at my TV, you'll get a direct feed of the screen. That's what those little colorful bars are. That's plugged into your computer. So if we do, let me full screen the chat here real quick. Make this a little bit bigger so I can read it from far away. There we go. Okay. It's a little bit delayed, but that's alright. Hell yeah. Okay. Here it is. The PC. A PH pops up. Mind your business. Nah, I'm bringing up all the logs, all the receipts, the history. Yep, there you go. So on the left side there, you've got yep, there's the blue screen. And then it should restart and go into the automatic repair. Every bit of it, hell yeah. Oh, I texted Lonnie the link, but the problem is I don't think I only have his work number and I don't think he's gonna look at it. I don't have his personal phone number anymore, so I don't have a way of sending it to him because I think he was being serious. He wanted to pop in for a bit. I'm hoping Bryce, you got me hold up. Okay, yeah, you probably still have his personal phone, but I'm hoping Bryce will pop into here too for at least a little bit. I want to see that old man in here. Do you like the title too? I'm not qualified because I'm not. You know, there actually is a certification for this kind of thing. It's called like the A+ certification or something that tells people you're qualified to work on PCs. Okay, let me get my TV set up here. And I did already hook up my mouse and wireless keyboard to it so that I can mess with it. Sorry, I'm gonna have to move the camera for a second here. Because there is what? Sorry, there's I feel like there's already quite a bit of delay. And I'm not really sure why. Unless you're saying there is a delay, which then yeah. I wonder if here, let me restart the stream on my laptop because it's delayed on my laptop too. I'm not really sure why. Honestly, if it's not you guys, it might just be, oh, there is a qualification. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called the A, like an A plus certificate. My mom had to do it when she was in school. I think there's a class you can do for it. He has like 15 to 20-second delay. It's not terrible. I mean, for this kind of thing, it's not a huge deal. It's not like as interactive, I'd say, as the stuff I normally do. Mostly just showing you guys what I'm doing. Let me. I think her computer might have gone to sleep or something. Not sure what it's doing. Let me unplug and plug back in the keyboard and mouse. He's wrapping up dinner. Oh, you're talking about Lonnie. Oh, and I can show you guys now. So yeah, I think you both have seen my my main desktop PC. If you just go on my channel and scroll down, you can see a picture of it that I put on there. But the other one I've been talking about with all my old parts in it, it's like a mini PC. I can show you guys now. I won't be able to turn it on because it's not plugged in, but this is my second PC with my old stuff. It's got the GTX 1070 Ti, Ryzen 5 2600, I believe. 2 sticks of 8 gig RAM, DDR4. And the newest thing in here is actually this power supply. It's a 750 watt Corsair power supply. Put the guns away, jeez. Oh, we gotta do a gun show. Hold on. Before Bryce gets here, because you already know Bryce is just gonna roast me over this. He's just jealous, though. Oh. Okay. There we go. That is small. Yeah, so here's the thing. Your computer actually has a micro ATX motherboard instead of a full-size ATX. And so this is a full-size case meant for full-size ATX, whereas this is a micro ATX case. And so technically your computer and your motherboard would fit inside of here, because this is more the size that it's meant for. And I did rebuild this as kind of just like a little travel PC if I ever wanted to. Clippins sent to him all. Is that your goon room? No wonder he has some guns. Rip City 43. I'm guessing that's you, Lonnie. Yeah, this is it's not just the goon room. This is the goon cave. And I'm the goon goblin. And you already know there's some goonery going down in here. Oh, I just knocked this thing off. There we go. Alright. Okay. So now I just need to figure out why nothing is showing up on the screen. You guys were able to see the blue screen earlier. I think I might have to restart it, to be honest. Let me reboot here real quick. Sorry, Marcos, but your PC is fucked. There we go. So it should do the post into blue screen again. There it goes. It also does that, which is a little bit concerning. It goes pink and then yellow. I got a spare CPU. I can bring money for you to try it. Okay. I'm hoping that's not the issue, because that's probably one of the more expensive repairs aside from the graphics card, but your motherboard actually, I think, is similar to my old one too. There we go. Automatic repair. Okay. I haven't tried this yet. I haven't messed around with this too much, but it's in the automatic repair now. So let's go to advanced options here and see what useless options they have. Troubleshoots. Advanced options. Let's do. Is this motherboard Intel or AMD? I cannot tell, and I could not find a model number on it. I would have to take off his wimpy little CPU cooler here, which I think it's Intel though, because the bracket looks like the Intel size and shape, and this is definitely an aftermarket cooler. And I can tell you that if it was an AMD Ryzen one, they would have just put the stock cooler on, because Ryzen CPUs come with coolers. So I'm pretty sure it's Intel. I just don't know exactly what model yet. But let's we could try a system restore point. I don't know how far back it'll go, but let's just try that. No restore points. Nice one, Marcos. Good job. Little did Marcos know you were going to smash his PC live. Yeah, I was talking about earlier at work how I was gonna start the stream, and I was just gonna be standing here with a sledgehammer in front of his PC. Let's just do startup repair. I honestly don't know exactly what that's gonna do, but it's a start. I want to try everything software related that I can before I start messing with hardware. Startup repair couldn't repair your PC. That's pretty worthless. Let's do uninstall updates. Uninstall latest quality update. Try running startup repair instead. I did. I don't care if you gotta reset everything. Okay. Honestly, then we might want to reset this PC. Lets you choose or to keep or remove your personal files. Marcos, I can give you my spare motherboard and CPU for a bulk koozie. I don't. That's for me. That's going to be like a last resort for right now. Um. Let's cause I don't know. It could be a hardware thing. It's really strange that it would do it just like straight. From trying to start up Windows. What about firmware settings? Here, we'll do a reboot real quick so we can look at some firmware stuff. But yeah, I was actually thinking at some point, if I really wanted to, if I was one of the big dogs one day, that this little secondary PC could become like my stream one. Oh, hey, look at that. we're in the BIOS. Hold on. That's a start. Okay. Yes! It is a Ryzen CPU. I could not tell you why they didn't put the stock cooler on, because honestly, this is pathetic, Marcos. I can give you one. I have like 3 extra stock coolers for Ryzen CPUs in my storage unit. In fact, you have a Ryzen 5. Oh, you got a 3600. I think I've got a 5600 in my desktop, a 2600 in here, and then my first one I got was a 1600. But honestly, I can just give you, and it's a B550M motherboard. That makes sense. The one that's in my old PC was a A320M. That's why they look similar. Okay. Memory size. So it's registering the 8 gigs of RAM. The CPU. And I think it's in the right slot too. DIMM B2. I think technically it should be an A2, so I might switch that around here in a second, but storage looks good. 1TB SSD and a 256 gig. Is that an HDD? I can't tell. That's weird. XMP. Let me go to the advanced so I can see your RAM speed. It's been a while since I've done this AMD overclocking. That might not be it. I think that's for CPU. Oh, here we go. XMP profile 1. RAM frequency is 3000. I don't know if that's what it should be at. I know it says on the sticker on the back here, but I can't quite read it. Let's try turning off XMP, because XMP can cause some issues. See, it'll reset the RAM speed to 2666, which is like standard for DDR4. Daddy's back, you're so lost. Have you never been in the BIOS before? My brother in Christ. I'm gonna have to teach you about PCs if you're gonna play on a PC. Same with you, Santana. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Okay. XMP is off. Everything looks good. Temperatures are good. Let's, here, we'll do this. 3000 looks right. They always run slower. No, I don't even know what that is. Jeez. And yeah, Daddy is so back. 3000, I've never seen 3000. I know that it goes like 2666. I think either this old PC or my current one has, I have DDR4 still, but 3200. And then I think 3666 or something. Okay, it's still blue screening. Let's do some hardware stuff. Whoops. Okay, so he did give me some new RAM that he bought, which, funny enough, this is actually the same RAM I currently have, but this is 2 sticks of 8. I've got 2 sticks of 16. But yeah, see, this is 3200. That's what I thought the usual speed was, past 2666. So we're going to pop this pathetic little thing out and pop these bad boys in. Here's what he currently has in here. It is XPG Gamix D10. And he's just got one stick of it, which is kind of strange. Dude paid, I don't even know how much for this PC. Didn't even get dual channel. It's crazy. And it looks like this stick actually came in a pack of 4, because it says 8 times 4 on it, and they only gave him 1. We get it, Marcos broke. It's because he spent all his money on that damn Infinity. It's crazy. That was $1,000. I'm curious about that. Maybe a little less. Dick in an arm. Yeah. He could only get 1 stick though, because the dick wasn't worth very much. This, by the way, I don't know if you guys have seen this Corsair Vengeance RAM, but this is some nice RAM. It's got thick heat sinks on it with some RGB, like diffused lights on top. So let's pop these bad boys in and see what it do. So we'll do, what is it, A2 and B2 right here, 2nd and 4th slots. It's kind of dark down here. I wish I had a light, but that's alright. And I just realized while I'm actually doing stuff in here, you guys can probably only see like the back of my head, but that's okay. This entire setup I have right now was basically free. I didn't buy anything extra to do this except for the headset that I'm using. I am like blind in here, actually. Jesus Christ. There we go. Okay. Make sure it's seated all the way. New RAM is in. Tanner is looking at your bulge, not the back of your head like he normally sees. Holy moly. He got you with that one. You're fucking cooked, my guy. Jesus. That's my moderator you're talking to. That's crazy. Where's Bryce, by the way? I'm about to text his ass. Just kidding. I can't because my phone is currently being used as one of these cameras. Alright. Another boot up. There's that RAM, by the way. That's pretty sweet. Device is changed. CPU or memory or CMOS has been cleared. Press enter setup to configure your system. Okay. F1 to run setup. Go to the BIOS. 16 gigs. What speed is it running at? It should be 3200. Might have to re-enable XMP actually. Yeah, 2133. Let's just put XMP back on. Okay. There we go, 3200. I'll text the Aryan brother. Okay. And you, Marcos, you said this was like brand new RAM, right? Like you bought this to upgrade the PC? Which, by the way, I still think paying $1,000 for a PC with 8 gigs of RAM is just diabolical. That's crazy to me. But you do you. Where'd my drink go? I had a drink. There it is. Still blue screen. Sweet. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take your CPU out. And I'm gonna take my old CPU out. And we're gonna do a little switcheroo. And you know what? I thought it was good, law. It's not terrible. I don't know what your GPU is still, because I don't know how to look at what that is in the BIOS yet. I did notice. I looked at the bottom of it though, at the faceplate, and it says XFX, which I'm thinking might be AMD. So that's a little bit of a yikes to me, but I'm gonna go get my toolkit. We're gonna take this puny little cooler off, take that CPU out, and I'm gonna pop my old one in, and I'll use the same cooler for now, just for easy access, because it looks like yours does actually have a quick release lever on it. But once I get this thing working again, I will give you a better cooler. I'll give you one of my stock Ryzen ones, just because it's kind of dumb for them not to include that. So I'll be right back. All right, toolset has been acquired. Let me make sure you guys can still hear me. Sweet. Not sure what Spotify is doing though. Looks like Spotify is oh, there we go. My headphones were muted. All right. Let us turn this off. Lay this bad boy down. You won't really be able to see what I'm doing here too much, but that's okay. If I need to, I can pick up that camera and actually show you guys what I'm doing. So here, you know what? You are going to get flipped around, and you're going to come with me. Okay. Here we go. So here is the cooler. I believe you just press this. Oh, you lift that up. And here, you know what? Actually, I'm going to put you guys back down. I don't want to do what I did to my CPU that one time to yours on accident, which is rip the CPU out of the socket while I'm trying to get it out, and then bend a bunch of pins trying to pry off the cooler. I don't know if that's the exact same angle it was at before. Okay, that's good. So with these coolers, you want to unscrew it and kind of wiggle it back and forth and twist as you pull it off. That way you don't accidentally rip the CPU out of the socket, because the thermal paste that's on it will kind of glue the cooler to it, and you do not want that. There we go. So yeah, here's the cooler with the thermal paste on the bottom. It's kind of it's a Deep Cool brand cooler. Never heard of them, but must be a broke thing I don't know about. Let me actually get a paper towel real quick. I'm going to replace the thermal paste on that CPU too, because that paste has definitely seen better days.
Till Daddy's head explodes.
Oh shit. Rip City 43. Thank you for that follow. Now you're one of us. You'll get to see my stupidity every night. Alright. I am going to try to be pretty careful with this because these AM4 CPUs are... There we go. They have the pins on the die on the back, so you can't really see that very well, but there are hundreds of little golden pins on the bottom. There you go. Whereas, better than the hub, yup. Yeah, so Intel motherboards, they've always had the pins on the motherboard, whereas these AM4 ones are on the die themselves. I think they did change that with the new AM5 ones, which is good actually, because you don't want to bend these, otherwise it'll be ruined. And a lot of the time, if you've got like a real high-end CPU, replacing the motherboard is cheaper than replacing the CPU. So let us clean this paste off, because that is not looking good. It's pretty dry and crusty. You know, I could stream on the hub or something else. I don't know. Jerkmate, chatterbait, whatever. Upload my Halo montage reels. A Ryzen 5 3600 is not bad though. Cuckbait with Tanner. Hell yeah. Oh damn, I didn't even notice before. You got that Prime subscription. I don't know if you're subscribed to anyone, but oh, you got badges? Destiny 2 badge? Twitch Recap 2023. These guys don't even have their Prime badges. Bunch of losers. Piss off. Okay, this is looking quite a bit better. Still just a little bit on the edges here. Okay. I'm not a nerd. It's a Prime sub. Okay, so if you if you don't know, if you have Amazon Prime, Amazon and Twitch are like, I think Amazon owns Twitch now actually. You get a free subscription on Twitch when you have Amazon Prime. So instead of paying the like $5 or $6 or whatever for a subscription to someone, you get a free one every month. And so that's what that little blue crown badge is next to people's names. But anyway, here is the CPU. If it'll focus there, I just realized I'm using the front camera, so it's backwards, but AMD Ryzen 5 3600. We shall drop this bad boy back in here. Also, just for future reference, Marcos. On CPUs, on one corner, you can't really see that, but there will be a teeny tiny, like almost microscopic triangle. And I'm not a nerd, I have a start. What's up, Jason? Hell yeah, PC repair. We're doing it. We're doing it live. Yeah, so the little gold triangle, there will be another triangle on the socket of the CPU, and you just line the triangles up, and you want to put it in gently and just let go. Should slide right in, and you push the lever down, and that's it. You guys can see that, but I made it, everybody. Don't worry. I wasn't worried for 1 second, because you're that guy. That's these are the day ones right here. Guns out, bulge out. I don't know about bulge, but guns out definitely. Hell yeah. Gonna have to do a workout stream one of these days. I do have a bench with some adjustable dumbbells in there. Where is my thermal paste? There we go. So, you know what? I'm going to bring you guys over here again, just so you can see this part, because this part is crucial. Wow, that is my ugly mug there. Okay, there we go. So, I'm going to coach, don't worry. Ow, that kind of hurt. Okay, so, here, wow, I need to refresh my stream because it is very delayed on my screen. Here is the CPU without a cooler on it and no thermal paste. So you generally, especially for smaller cooler, well, they're all pretty much the same size, but you want to just put always a pea-sized drop in the middle. So right about there is good. And if you really wanted to, you could put a little bit around the edges. But the CPU will clamp down with enough pressure that once you get it on there, let me flip this camera around. Once you get it on there, it will spread out that paste into a nice even coat. And when it heats up, it becomes more malleable, so it can spread more easily, like a butter. Okay. I do gym. You don't computer much though? I wouldn't say I computer a ton either. I've built, I think at this point, a few, like 3 or 4, maybe 5 PCs. I've done more research on PC parts and repair and building and all that than I have actually like hands-on work. Also, try not to get this thermal paste on your hands because this stuff is damn near impossible to get off. It's like cement once it dries. And it will rub off on everything. Okay. Thermal paste is on. Let us put this cooler back on. I'm not sure how much this will really do, because if it was a CPU seating issue, then most likely the computer wouldn't turn on at all. But it probably needed this anyway. Considering you did say that you bought this during quarantine and then didn't use it for a while, and then when you tried to turn it back on, that's when it started having issues. And you definitely don't want to let thermal paste just kind of sit there because it'll dry out if it's not heated up once in a while. I, for the life of me, cannot get this bracket to latch on here. There we go. This side. My stream's insanely laggy because I got bad Wi-Fi. You're back. That sucks. Honestly, this is my first time using one of these little quick release brackets. And it's kind of a pain in the ass, not gonna lie. Are you making progress on the computer? Kind of. I reseated the CPU and just put some new thermal paste on it because it was looking a little worse for wear, if I'm being honest. I don't think that will fix whatever issue it's having, but it is a good place to start. because a computer that's been sitting for as long as this one has could probably use some new paste. Okay, got the cooler back on. Going to plug the fan back into the header and boot her up again. Fully expecting this to blue screen still, if I'm being honest, but let us see what it do. Where did I set that remote? There we go. So far, nothing happening. There we go. Okay. Pink, and then let me guess, blue. Okay. We got something. DRAM frequency for DDR4 2133. Okay, so it reset the RAM speed because it reseated the CPU. Okay. In BIOS again, where did I put the mouse? Let me stand this back up again so you guys can see it. I can put the mouse on here. Okay. By the way, Marcos, my hourly rate is uh 50 an hour plus tip. So you better be ready to pay up on Monday. Also, it is hot in here because I have multiple computers on at once right now. Okay, so wait. Oh, it's doing the automatic repair. Here's what we'll do. I'm going to wipe everything off your computer because you said it was okay to do that. Unfortunately, we won't get to see the browser history, and we won't get to see the homework folder. Reset, remove everything. But I do have a... There was a problem resetting your PC. What do you mean? Wow, this thing is... What if you do keep my files? There's a problem resetting your PC. No changes were made. Holy... Dude, this thing is cooked. Good lord. You can't even factory reset the damn thing. Oh, I've had that issue before. My SSD was garbage. That's what I'm thinking, honestly. Which is weird because it's able to at least get Windows into the repair screen. So it's not total trash. But I am thinking there's some kind of hardware issue here with the storage. And if you look right here, you guys probably can't see it, but that's where his NVMe SSD is, right underneath the graphics card. But he apparently has a second storage device, and I don't know what it is. I might want to check under here. It looks like there's another plate here, and there might be a second SSD right there, actually. 2 rows, 1 cut, broke his computer. Yeah, he probably Somebody sent him the link to that, and he got jump scared and punched the shit out of his computer and broke it. Okay, so here's what we'll do. I think I can do this with it standing up. I'm going to turn it off. I can see that this one, the Battlefield 2042 SSD, is his 1 terabyte, and I'm thinking that whatever that other little 256 gig SSD is, maybe is causing issues. So let's bust out the tools. Get my little screwdriver. And let's pop this heatsink off real quick. Probably shouldn't do this with it standing up because I am afraid I'm going to drop one of these screws down into that power supply shroud. You must leave now, everybody. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your night, Jason, and I will probably see you soon. Thanks for stopping by for this goofy little stream. The graphics card is also hot, which is a little bit concerning, but it does have a pretty, and for being honest, kind of pathetic heatsink on it. Okay, this thing is off. There's nothing under there. In fact, they hadn't even taken off the little sticker on the heat pad. So that was kind of pointless. But now we know there is no SSD under there. You know what is weird though is the fact that they would put the SSD into that slot and not the one that has the heatsink on it. Just pre-built things, ladies and gentlemen. And I think the lady knows who they are. Let's put this heatsink back on here. If I can do it with it standing up. It's a little bit awkward. You know, I don't even know why I'm doing this with the case standing up now that I look at the stream, because you guys still can't even see what I'm doing. Can't believe I'm doing this on a Friday night right now. And I chose to do this. Shit, I just dropped a screw into the case. Luckily, fuck. My screwdriver is magnetic, so the screws kind of stick to it a little bit. Come on. Uh-oh, it just went under the GPU. I got it. Don't worry, Marcos. I'm a professional. Oh no, I dropped it again. I'm a professional. I'll get it. I'll get it one day. I bet his ass isn't even watching right now. Oh, he is. There he is. I am a professional. I'm just not certified. There's a difference. I thought Marcos probably wasn't even watching at this point. He was too busy playing with himself. I mean, playing his game. Then we got no, Santana did say he was at the house now. He probably big chilling right now. Unlike last night. Dude's always too busy playing whatever, UFC, FIFA. to talk in my chat. Can you believe that? You're here? Yeah. My moderator is too busy to moderate my chat. That's crazy. Okay. I finally got in the first screw. I just have to get the other one in now. So I'm thinking with the whole issue, the resetting the PC issue, I am going to take out the SSD. Perhaps. Well, I don't just have a spare SSD though, which is unfortunate. I want to figure out what that second storage device is. Because there's apparently there's a 1 terabyte SSD and some other storage device on here that says it's 256 gigs, but I'm only seeing one SATA cable plugged in. Which is a little confusing. Also, Lonnie, you might actually have more experience with this than I do. I've never had a case with a power supply shroud before, and so I'm not really even sure where to begin when it comes to taking this thing off. Because I want to see what's underneath there. I'm guessing there's screws somewhere to take it out. I'm just not sure where. Backside by the power cord. That's what I thought. That maybe it used the same screws that the power supply does in order to stay in there. Okay. I'll get my bigger screwdriver and start taking that out. Because I want to see what's under there. Just in case, for some reason, there's like a little hard disk drive underneath there or something, like a little mounting spot for one. Any luck so far? Oh, there he is. Not really. So far I've kind of just done maintenance. Just pretty basic stuff that probably needed to be done anyway. I put the new RAM in for them, made sure they were in the right slots. I reseated the CPU and put a new coat of thermal paste on it, and took this other heatsink off to see if there was an SSD in there. Because in the excessive forces here, you guys need to chill. Please chill. When I go into the BIOS, it says there is a 1 terabyte SSD and then another storage device that's 256 gigs, and I want to figure out what that is. But right now, I'm just working on trying to get this power supply shroud out. I got the power supply loose. I unscrewed it, but I'm still not sure about the shroud here. I believe you said roast his ass once he joined. Okay, but at least like come up with some new jokes. We don't gotta be reusing content here. There are some screws. I don't know if you can see those there. Bottom left, one more screw. Those are like little pins. The the feet here have screws inside of them, and I think those might actually be holding in that power supply shroud, unless it just holds on the feet, which is entirely possible. Yeah, I think that's the case here. Catching strays. I know where your thumb was. Is my thing? There we go. See, because they're like right here, 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 and there's not one down here. This screw is just for the side panel. The power supply is completely loose. I can just like slide it back and forth. Whoops. Um. Hmm. Glass slide bottom left. Am I just retarded? So that might be here. You know what? I've got a computer right here. Let me do something real quick. Let me pull up some info here. Cause I'm a little slow. Ah, hold on. Let us take off the rear panel. I wasn't planning on doing this because I don't want to mess too much with the cable management. Because just from looking at it through the front, it actually is pretty good. But that's kind of part of what you're paying for with pre-built. And I don't want to mess all that up, but here we go. Wow, look at that. What is that? Your Wi-Fi antenna is all loosey goosey. Did you even have an internet connection on this thing? Like his asshole? I know. Well, you would know. There it is. Okay. Rear panel mounted. Some off-brand looking ass 256 gig SSD. Tanner's a limp dick because you weren't with him. I don't know if you guys can see that from this angle, but it is right there. Oh, I guess you don't need to take the shroud doesn't come out because you put the power supply in through the back. Okay. And there is an HDD bay there. This is some pretty good looking cable management. Who is Rip City? Yeah, that's your daddy right there. So you better show some respect. Um, you know what? We're unplugging that bitch. Look away, Marcos. You don't need to see this. Now, okay. Had to hit him with that one, didn't you? You should feel ashamed. Now, I'm hoping that's his boot drive, actually. Whoops, I forgot your power supply was all loosey-goosey there. Okay, my TV keeps going to sleep. I should have changed the sleep timer on it beforehand, but whatever. L streamer in the chat, everybody. Huh. Straight to BIOS. Interesting. Okay. That I think tells me that that was in fact his boot drive. Let's see. Put Ripsody together with your Ripsody tattoo. Well, no shit. Okay. So if there is something on his storage SSD then that's causing issues, here's what we're going to do. We are whoopsies. We're going to plug his boot drive back in. Take out the 1TB SSD and see if this SATA cable is not cooperating. Jesus Christ. We're going to see if maybe there's a homework folder or something on the storage SSD that is causing issues. I can't even get this SATA cable to really go in all the way. Maybe that's just how it is. It might just be a kind of a shitty cable. Okay, let's do a reboot. Oh, actually no, hold on. Whoopsies. I need to screw that power supply back in. Let's turn this off. We are going to... I can't take out the NVMe drive without taking out that GPU. So I'm going to stand this bad boy up. And let's take this out. So, in order to take this out, there are brackets on the back that are removable. These are your slots, your PCI slots or PCIe slots. And there's usually a... Oh, this one doesn't have any on the outside, it looks like. On the inside, though, there will always be 1 or 2 screws that hold the GPU in that bracket. So you want to just take those out. Those keep it from wiggling around because these cards are usually a little bit heavy, and so they'll wiggle inside of the slot. And you don't want that. So take those out, push down the little lever, and it pops right out. You know what's crazy, actually? Your GPU, now that I look at it, what card is that? That's what I'm saying. So, I can't tell just from looking on the outside of it. Oh. Marcos? Hold on. Let me look something up real quick. Whoops. Where is my... There we go. Marcos. If you are here, which you fucking better be, because this is your computer. Okay, Bryce and possibly Lonnie, if you're familiar with AMD, this is a Radeon RX 550 2GB card. And I don't know a whole lot about AMD GPUs, so I looked up the nvidia equivalent. And this is the equivalent to a 1050 Ti, which is the budget card I ran in my first PC build in 2018. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Not even, because the 1050 Ti is a 4 gig card. This is 2. My man, I hate to say it, but I think you got ripped off, like actually. Because the Ryzen 5 3600 is also not. You could probably get one under $100 at this point. It's cooked, yeah. Summary is it's cooked. I mean, let me look online here. Yeah, I mean, they don't even sell the RX 550 anymore, and if you want to get one used, it's about $100. Big time ripped off for a pre-built. Yeah, I'm sorry, my man, but Best Buy got you fucked up. This is a now sub $100 graphics card with about $100 CPU. That motherboard can't be more than like maybe 150 at the most. And NVMe SSDs at this point aren't expensive. No, not Best Buy. Yeah, my man. Honestly, like if I took my old 1070 Ti out of here and threw it in, it would be an upgrade. Anything in here, honestly. The two sticks of 8 gigabytes DDR4, the 1070 Ti, would be an upgrade. Even when you bought it, it was an outdated. Yeah, I mean, bro, the 1050 Ti came out, I think, like early 2010s or something, like 2011, 2012. I bet power is trash. Yeah, but it's not your fault though. Like, you didn't fuck anything up. If you're not someone who knows about PCs, you're just gonna see the outside of this with like the RGB fans and everything, and go like, oh, it looks good. It must be good. It must perform well. But yeah, you definitely got a little bit ripped off, my guy. But we're gonna fix that though, because I do feel kind of bad. Be like, ooh, shiny, yeah. Um, I am at least. Bryce, I don't know if you were here for this part though. I was explaining the CPU cooler. So this is a Ryzen CPU. It's a Ryzen 5 3600, which isn't terrible. I mean, I run a 5600 in mine, and they're about. I think mine just has a slightly higher base and boost clock speed, but same core, 6 cores. And for some reason, instead exactly what I did and said, lol. Yeah, instead of throwing on just like the stock Ryzen cooler, because every Ryzen, well, the older ones, I think the newer ones like the X3D uh, CPUs don't come with them, but the old Ryzen CPUs all came with stock coolers, and I don't know why they would put on this puny little aftermarket one instead of the stock one. So I have a bunch of extras. I think I have like 2 or 3 extra ones. I am going to give him one of my Ryzen coolers. Um, yeah. All right, Cruz. Be right back in a shower. Hey, no thinking about me while you're in there. Okay? You're in and you're out. They took it and put it on a better PC. I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, it's a Deep Cool brand. I've never even heard of that. I mean, brands aren't really a huge deal when it comes to coolers and stuff, but I mean, it only takes. I've got a Cooler Master like $30 aftermarket one in my PC that performs better than the stock one, and somehow they managed to downgrade this one. Anyway, GPU is out. I am going to take out the SSD. and just see what that does. Because I believe... Oh, I can also show you this guys now show this to you guys now. Because I was talking about it earlier. This is like one of the strangest things I've ever seen. But probably just because I've never bought a pre-built. It is a... Also, Bryce, you're gonna love this one. It is an EA branded Battlefield 2042 SSD. Because apparently when he bought it, it came with a code that you could put into Origin or whatever they call it now. Yeah, and it like came with a copy of Battlefield 2042, which is normal. Like it's not uncommon for pre-builts to like package games in, but so you're to just destroy everything and build a new one. So I'm saying to just destroy everything and build it. No. So your CPU is good, assuming this SSD is good. A 1 terabyte is pretty solid for storage. I don't know about the 256 gig boot drive, but the RAM you bought also is good. That's the same RAM I have. Would highly recommend. Your power supply seems to be good. I can't see what brand it is, but it at least is... Just kidding. It's a non-modular, which is there no heatsink on this? Okay, so funny thing. I don't know if you can see this, but there are two NVMe slots. There's one here that I just took this out of that is like under the GPU, and there's another one up here that has a heatsink on it. And they chose to put the NVMe drive under or in the one that doesn't have the heatsink. Like this one, this heatsink still has the sticker for the thermal pad on it. Like you have to make a conscious decision to do something like that, or the person who's doing these is just inexperienced. Okay, so SSD is out. We're gonna do another boot. Let me make sure the HDMI cord is... Oh, I'm a dumbass. I gotta put the GPU back in, otherwise there will be no video. Your pathetic little GPU. I'm sorry, that's rude. It's okay. We're gonna fix this though. We're gonna figure out what's wrong. I will teach you the ways on how to prevent this in the future. And good lord, why is my Spotify doing that? It started like lagging. There we go. See, I could immediately tell something was wrong when I noticed that the GPU didn't have a power connector. Because the only GPUs I can think of that don't need at least like a 6-pin power connector are these old budget cards, like the 1050 Ti and the RX 550. Anything more powerful than that will need at least a 6-pin, and most likely an 8-pin connector like the 1070 I have. Okay. Let's see if anything different happens. I'm not expecting anything different, but I'm kind of hoping that maybe that storage SSD was causing issues with resetting the PC, and that now it's just the boot drive. So I can maybe reset that, because I do have a Windows 11 USB for installing the OS. I need to crack a window. It is hot in here. I'm sweating my nuts off. Okay. Um, so far nothing. My first build had a 1050 upgraded within a month to a 1070 Ti rough card to play games on. Yeah, I think the 1050 Ti was the GOAT though for a while. That was what I had in my first build. And for the price, so it's I think slightly more powerful than the 1050, but it's a 4 gig instead of a 2 gig, which opens up your options a lot. Because a lot of newer games during that time, like I was able to play Doom 2016 at like medium slash high settings on my 1050 Ti with like a Ryzen. I think I had it was the Ryzen 3 1200 at the time at a solid at least 60 FPS. But the 1070 Ti was a huge upgrade from it was double the VRAM and just a much higher clock speed. It's a beast of a card. And I just at the time I just didn't want to splurge on the 1080 because that was expensive. So nothing's happening in case you couldn't tell. Uh which is strange. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to turn this back off. Make sure this SATA cable is seated properly because I was having some issues with it for some reason. It's got like the little metal clip on it, like all SATA cables have, and I can't seem to get it to seat properly. It won't go in all the way and clip that little metal clip on. That was fast. Must not have beaten your meat while you were in there. Or you just got it done quick because you were thinking about me. Also, I like how I have a watermark on the cameras because I didn't pay for the app I'm using to like send the live video feed to my PC. It's called Droid Cam, but the watermark on like the main camera is cut off, so it just says Roid Cam. Hmm. It would appear that nothing is happening now, and I'm not totally sure why. It's a little bit concerning. Well, you know what might help, guys? If I plug the fucking HDMI cable into the GPU. Jesus Christ. Explains your guns. Now I know how you got jacked. Hell yeah. Roidcam.app. Sponsor me. Just kidding. That app is insufferable to work with. Dummy. Yeah, I know I am a dummy. Still got nothing though. Let's do another reboot now that I've got the cable actually plugged in. Okay. We have video. What's it gonna do though? Will it at least post? Okay. We've got a post. Okay. So that tells me that this is in fact his boot drive, the 256 gig SSD that's mounted on the rear side. And his storage SSD is out, which means that this either is a hardware issue, and at this point I know it's not the RAM. Still could be the CPU, which I think at this point, honestly, I might take mine out of my mini PC just to see. Same with the GPU. I'll throw my GPU in here and see if that fixes it. If not, then what we may have to do, what we could do actually, take your boot drive out, put the NVMe drive back in, and see if I can install Windows 11 on your storage. So you'll be missing a SSD, but it'll be better than nothing. And honestly, your boot drive, it should be the other way around anyway. That's how I have mine set up, is the NVMe should be, if you don't want to spend the money, the smaller one, because that's going to be your boot drive. That's the fastest one. And then your storage is going to be your standard, I don't remember the size of it, like 52 inch, no, not 52 inch. Whatever the standard size is, 5 inch or whatever for SSDs. Because your boot drive being on the NVMe drive, that's going to affect everything, like the file explorer, copying and pasting stuff, just moving files around in general, how fast your PC boots up, all that stuff. So I'm going to lay this back down. Going to take this cooler back off of here very carefully because I did apply new thermal paste to this, so it is sticky as hell. But Santana, you know all about that. Do a little twist. There we go. I'm also noticing a weird pattern here with the CPU cooler, where it seems like it's not putting full pressure on a part of it. I don't know how I can show you guys this here. I'll use this camera. This is kind of interesting, actually. God damn it. There we go. You see that? The right side of the die isn't getting enough pressure on it, it looks like, or maybe too much pressure from the cooler, and it's not spreading it out evenly, because that was brand new thermal paste that I just put on it, and it should have spread out into like a nice thin even coat. And same thing on the cooler itself. You can see that top side of it where the thermal paste isn't covering. So that's interesting. Okay. Get this set back up. Gonna pop this out. You know, if I hadn't like just rebuilt this PC and wanted to use it for traveling and whatnot, I'd be totally willing to just give you my 1070 Ti and the well, I guess you don't need the RAM, but maybe the power supply too. This is a nice power supply. This what is it? Corsair RM750. It's a modular. It's a little bit pricey. It was about $100, maybe a little more, but fully modular with braided cables and pre-installed cable combs. So if you look at that thick little 24-pin power connector there, That is beautiful. And I'm actually kind of butthurt because I've got a Corsair 850 watt in my desktop PC, and that one didn't even come with braided cables or cable combs. So the one in here is actually nicer than that one. But I do not have the motivation to switch these power supply cables, so I just live with it. Okay. Let's get this cooler off. What are we thinking for dinner tonight, boys? What's on the menu? Trying to treat myself tonight. Need a calm game to play while watching. Play, I don't know. Unpacking. I don't actually know what that game is. I've never even seen it. I've only heard about it, but Unpacking seems like it would be a calm game to just kind of chill out while you watch something in the background. Maybe some Stardew Valley if you're feeling a little homosexual. Some Farming Simulator. I think Marcos and Santana could probably get into a little bit of Farming Simulator. Just had dinner. We had Axel's Tacos. Whatever you get, just make sure it goes to your house and not work. Right. Watch, we're all gonna show up on Monday, and Jay's gonna walk in with a goddamn bag of Taco Bell. I'm never gonna live down the Burger King delivery. It wouldn't have been so bad if he wasn't the one who took the food. But the fact that fucking Jay delivered my accidental Burgerville order to me, that's staying with me forever. Also, my laptop is gonna die soon, so I need to plug it in somehow. I forgot how hard these AMD coolers are a little bit tough to get on and off, but they are pretty decent for what they are. Whoops. One more screw. They are a bit tricky to screw in and unscrew though, because the fan actually is a little bit bigger than the heatsink, and so the fan will cover the screws. So you have to kind of put the screwdriver at like a little bit of an angle to get to them. And then they have springs in them, so you have to push down pretty hard each time you unscrew it. Good fucking lord. Ramen's not a bad suggestion though. I could definitely fuck up some ramen right now. Probably gonna get another drink pretty soon here too. There we go. Okay. My cooler is officially off. Kind of sad. I did hear the back mounting plate fall inside of the case when I took that off, so that's gonna be a pain in the ass. You owe me for this, Marcos. Just so you know. What am I drinking? I'm actually getting low on cider right now. I'm gonna have to get more soon, but tonight is the Portland Cider Company Pacific Berry. It's pretty good. I think it's a mix of, yeah, it says Marionberries and raspberries. It's pretty good. I've been switching back and forth between this and the Avid blackberry cider. I've decided I like the tart ones more because for a long time I was drinking Cider Boys, but if you look, Cider Boys has like 3 times as much sugar than every other cider, and you can definitely sweeter, and it has a lower alcohol content, and it's kind of gross. Okay, so here's my old CPU, Ryzen 5 2600. Just gonna drop that in here. Put this, you know what? Well, no, I gotta take your mounting brackets off to put that on. So I'll wait till the very end to do that. Because that's gonna be a little bit of an ordeal. Also not a fan of this. Whoever put this together, uh, decided your CPU fan header was too long. So they thought tying it into a knot was a good idea. You asked for a double of Basil Hayden bourbon at the place we went, and this lady gave me a quad. I'm not hipster enough to understand what that means, but I'm guessing that's a good thing because a quad sounds better than a double. You know, I might actually make a cocktail later. Gonna go get food, so might not hear you that well. Okay. There's a cocktail I was drinking every night for a while. It's one of my favorites. It's called a candy apple, and it's, I think, like a few ounces of pineapple juice, um, an ounce of vodka, 2 ounces of um, what is it, like a sour apple? I forget what brand it is, but it's like a green sour apple syrup, and it's pretty good. Um, Hold on, let me look up what it is. What brand is it? Well, now I can't find it. Anyway, alcoholic. What was it saying? Yeah, it's really good. Anyway, it's got grenadine that you pour in at the end. So you do the pineapple juice, the vodka, the sour apple. You mix it all together, so it gets like kind of foamy, and you strain it, pour it in, and then you put, I think, half an ounce of grenadine in it, and you just like slowly pour it in afterward, and you get kind of a cool like gradient color where it goes from like, because the grenadine sinks to the bottom and the pineapple juice floats at the top, so it goes from yellow or red to yellow, and it looks like a sunset almost. It's pretty cool. Okay, let me get this godforsaken cooler back on here. The little deep cool, more like deep dick cooler. Just like Marcos got deep dicked by that Best Buy employee. You know what though? I can't talk too much shit, to be honest, because I feel like I got a little bit scammed when I bought my car. It's not really that much different. Fuck off. No, yeah, I think I've told you guys about my car, but yes, I did, sadly, or maybe not. That salesman was a smooth talker, and he also talked a lot, and I pretty much just wanted him to shut the fuck up. So I was like, just sell me the damn car. Yikes, my laptop just died. That's okay. I was only using my laptop to see chat more easily, but I can just like look over at my desktop to see it. God, this cooler is a huge pain in the ass. There we go. Okay. So there is now a new CPU in it. Not new, but a different one. Okay. We've got. I'm gonna unplug the boot drive. I'm going to take the GPU back out and put your storage NVMe in here. Your stupid little Battlefield 2042 SSD. I can get this thing out. Jeez. Card does not come out. What'd you do? Put fucking super glue in the PCIe slot? Holy shit. Boys, you're out for the night? Pussy. I'll uh I'll see you on Tuesday. Stupid. What time is it anyway? I don't even have a clock in here right now. Bitch. You tell him, Bryce. Bryce ain't no pussy. He's up past his bedtime right now. Yeah. Who's the old man now? 9:26? Bryce is still up. What are you doing? Probably gonna go play FIFA with his friends. Okay, what are we doing here? SSD, slide this bad boy back in. Not gonna screw it down quite yet, just make sure it's in there all the way. Okay. So, I'm not expecting it to boot, because there shouldn't be an OS on here. I just want to make sure that this CPU is working. What Halo are we going to play? He's fixing your PC. We're not. No, we were talking about. He was gonna download Halo tonight, so that we can play at some point. Um, do you have the Master Chief Collection? Because I've been trying to stream Halo Infinite, but the game was just broken. The latest nvidia graphics driver update completely broke the game, and every time I try to stream it now, it ends up freezing and crashing after a while. So thanks, nvidia. I really appreciate it. And I'm not even bothering to play the game that the update was for, which is Doom the Dark Ages. Because I was sorely let down by that game. I haven't played it, but just from what I've seen, the gameplay I've watched and all that, I got the Game Pass, so I have a couple. Well, if you have the Master Chief Collection, then you have like all the games, because that comes with Halos 1 through 4, and then I think Reach and ODST are DLC you have to buy. So if you just download the Master Chief Collection, then you've got the 4 main games. Hello? Um, They'll should get Foxhail. I don't know what Foxhail is. Foxhole. Still don't know what that is. Alright, what is going on here? I'm having a hard time getting my TV to show the input, because currently this camera is sitting right in front of the um, sensor for the remote. So I gotta hold the remote at like a weird angle for it to work. There we go. Okay, so without a boot drive, we should at the very least be able to post and go into BIOS, I believe. Let me restart this again. Make sure everything is properly seated. Okay. Another weird thing I've noticed, when you press the power button on this PC, it takes a solid like 2 to 3 seconds for it to actually turn on. Okay, we got yellow screen as usual. Okay, we made it to BIOS. It does show my Ryzen 5 2600 6 core on here. The RAM is still good. DDR speed 2133. I believe we need to change the. There we go. XMP is gonna reset to default whenever you switch out your CPU. So let's do that. We will reboot, go back into BIOS, and check these storage devices. And then what I'll do is I will run and get my Windows 11 USB stick for installing it. And honestly, we might have to just do a clean install of Windows 11 on this NVMe drive. And then I'll have to figure out what to do with the other SSD. Honestly, yeah, you might just want to toss it. I hate to say it, but there's not much you're going to be doing with a 256 gig SSD. There we go. So that SSD, the boot one, was I think in like SATA port 2 or 3 or something. Now we've just got the WD Black 1 terabyte. So let's make sure that that is, if I remember how to do this right. I was looking at the boot priority. I guess it doesn't matter until we get that USB in, though. I will be right back. I'm going to grab the Windows 11 download drive. Okay, we're back. Bryce is still a bitch. Fuck you. Love you guys. No homo. Love you too, daddy. All homo. Hell yeah. We get a little homo with it. I don't give a fuck. Alright, so here is the Windows 11 Pro flash drive. Luckily, it's actually my mom's, have a physical flash drive. Now, I don't remember, Marcos, if you are watching. I think you were asking about which Halo game to download. The only thing that sucks about this is that if this works and this is the solution, you're gonna be out a copy of Windows because Windows does cost money, and since you got a pre-built, it came with it pre-installed. Normally, when you build a custom PC, you gotta buy a Windows key, which, if you get an official one from the Microsoft store, will run you about $100, possibly more. I think. I don't remember exactly how much actually. It's at least 100. You can use Windows with that one. You just install it and use it as normal. You just won't be able to personalize it. You can't change the theme color or your screensaver or the wallpaper on your lock screen, that kind of stuff. You can only change like your wallpaper, I'm pretty sure. And you get stuck with a watermark at the bottom right of your screen that says like activate Windows, get your Windows key here or whatever. And I just dealt with that for a long time. What he's saying is you want him that Gluck Gluck 9000. Yeah, basically. So it's perfectly usable. For years actually on my old PC, I used an unactivated copy of Windows. I just never bought Windows. And it's usable, you just can't customize it, which kind of sucks, but if you're a broke boy, which we all know you are, then you can always just use the free version. So we will plug that in there, restart this bad boy, and I don't know if it'll boot into it right away. We may have to go to the BIOS and change the boot priority. Also, I feel like this Spotify playlist, I swear, the Spotify playlist has like a bunch of songs on it. And I feel like it's been playing the same like 3 songs on repeat over and over again. There. What's wrong with free? There's nothing wrong with free. It just means, you're a broke boy. No guap. No moolah. Fucking loser. I mean, and if I start getting a little EP later, I got one of these at work and I never drank it, so I took it home with me. A Java Monster. Okay, it said loading files, which is good. I think that's the Windows. There we go. Windows install, baby. This is also gonna wipe your computer basically, because is it warm? It is warm, which sucks, but still tastes good. Okay, so when it says activate Windows here, you click I don't have a product key. You want to do Windows 11 Pro, just the regular one. Don't do like education or anything. This PC can't run Windows 11. Right, okay. I remember this now. Here's what we have to do. And Bryce, you may never have to use this, but you'll know better than... Well, Lonnie might know too, but you'll definitely know better than Marcos, what's going on here. So, if you don't know, play your EDM in the background. I don't have much on Spotify, but I could. The little bit that I have. Let me find it. So, I'll explain this while I'm finding my Spotify. Windows 11 requires a TMP chip, which is in your CPU. Now, all newer processors have TPM chips, so it's not really a big deal that they're requiring it. They're doing it for security reasons. And newer ones, like I think the Ryzen 5 5600 that I have in my current desktop PC, has it enabled by default. But if your CPU was released before they started requiring the TPM chip, it'll have it, but it won't be enabled in BIOS. So my Ryzen 5 2600 that I put in here is like that. I remember when I built this PC, I didn't have the new processor yet, so I put my old one in, and I had to go into the BIOS and enable TPM in order to install Windows. Or Windows 11 to be specific. Okay, where am I? There we go. Wow. I put my music on shuffle and it picks the most generic song I've ever made. I didn't even make the melody for this song. Fun fact, it was a sample I found in a MIDI pack. Okay, so let's unplug the Windows boot drive or the Windows thumbstick and start it up so we can get to the BIOS again. And if I remember right, it's in the advanced options under security. And at this point, I hate to say it, Marcos, but you do owe me. You owe me 2 cheeseburgers and a Dr. Pepper, no ice. Okay, so there we go. So here's what I did. If you ever want to install Windows 11 on a PC with an older CPU, you go to settings. At least here, this is on an MSI BIOS. I don't know how it works in other ones. I'm glad you have an MSI motherboard because I have never had a non-MSI one, so I'm pretty familiar with their BIOS. So settings, in the advanced settings mode, security, you go to trusted computing, and then this will be disabled. You want to enable security device support, and then that'll turn on the AMD CPU FTPM. So now if we save that, plug this back in, if I can do it before it reboots. And head. Yeah, he owes me a astronomical amount of head. I'm talking sloppy for days. Also, this is not a good song. I won't fuck with any motherboard other than an MSI. Hell yeah. I hate to say it because I'm not someone who encourages brand loyalty, but for motherboards and GPUs, I always go MSI. I like MSI's designs, especially. I wish they made their newer GPUs with this design, like the twisted heat pipes and the red LEDs and fans and stuff on the bottom. And this logo with the dragon has LEDs in it that light up. It was pretty cool. They don't make them like that anymore now, though. The RTX 5070 I have is MSI, and it's just a gray brick. And it's kind of sad, but motherboards and GPUs MSI. For accessories and RAM, I go Corsair. I've got Corsair RAM, power supply, Peripherals, too. I've got a Logitech mouse, but I love Corsair keyboards. I've always had an AMD CPU just because Intel model numbers confuse me. I feel like their generations and the tiers in each generation don't make a whole lot of sense. But that could just be me being a dum dum. And then this is my first time running a non-stock AMD cooler. It's I believe Cooler Master. I don't remember the exact name of it. It wasn't super expensive. It was like 30 or 40 bucks, but it's definitely an upgrade over the stock one. Let me find it. There it is. I think it's the Cooler Master Hyper 212. But yeah, if you guys don't know, on Twitch, if you go to my channel and then scroll down to the panels with all my links and stuff, there is a picture of my build there with a list of all the specs. And if you click on the panel itself, it'll take you to the PC part picker build list. And that's got like all my peripherals and everything, including my monitors. And I think the only thing I don't have is my microphone on there. Okay, so you want to do... Let's do a custom install. So it looks like you have... That's weird. You've got two partitions. One's 900 gigs. It's just titled Games. The other one's 15 megabytes. MSR reserved. So we're going to keep that one. Let's delete this partition. So this will get rid of your stuff, just so you know, Marco. So what I'm about to do right here, anything that was on this storage device, this SSD, because this was your main one, the 1 terabyte. As soon as I do this install, this custom install, I'm going to have to delete this partition and make a new one, and that's going to wipe anything that was on it. And I want to double check and make sure that that's all good with you. All good in the hood. Okay, we got the okay. Everyone, press F in chat. Pay your respects to the homework folder. There we go. Unallocated space. We'll make a new partition. Apply. There we go. It did make a new one for system stuff, so you got 3 partitions here. I don't know what this first one is exactly. It just says MSR reserved. That could be a manufacturer thing because it's a pre-built, but we'll just roll with it. There we go. Partitions on the disk selected for installation are not in the recommended order. Let's You know what, fuck it. We're gonna delete this reserve partition. And we're gonna go back to square one. This also, to be honest, will probably be good for your PC, because another thing with God, it put it on again. It must be this SSD. But okay, there we go. This hopefully will reduce the bloatware on it, because when you buy a pre-built, Windows will already be installed on it. It'll be ready to go, but they'll install just random shit on it. Like most laptops have that. I have an Asus gaming laptop I bought like a long time ago, and it's got all kinds of garbage Asus programs on it. And unfortunately, it's a lot of the time tied to like a special OEM copy of Windows they have. So even if you do like a clean reinstall of Windows, which is what I did on my laptop. I just like wiped everything and reinstalled Windows. Um, if you don't do it from like an external flash drive, which I didn't do with that, it will just reinstall all the bloatware, which kind of sucks, but it's not a huge deal. You can always just go through and uninstall the stuff. So this part honestly is not that interesting, and this might take a while because this is just a regular Windows install. But we're making progress. Once this is installed, and I know for sure that everything's good, I might do a couple tests, um, maybe some benchmarks just to embarrass you. Uh, I will put your CPU back in here just because yours is better than this one. I I'll do it off stream, but this weekend I'll try to run to my storage unit and get you one of those. Here I can show you guys now. Actually, this is what the AMD stock Ryzen cooler looks like. The one that comes with all the Ryzen CPUs. I'll get one of my spare one of these and I'll throw it in there for you. And then yeah, honestly, you just got to get yourself a better GPU. The CPU's fine, but $1,000 for an RX 550 is you're back and locked in. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, $1,000 for an RX 550 is just a little disappointing. At least you upgraded the RAM. I will give you that. If there's one thing, like if you're not super familiar with computers and you want to do some type of upgrade, RAM is like the best place to start because it's a pretty simple install and it's easy to understand that like more is better, obviously. Plus the LEDs just look fucking sweet. I'll show you guys what mine looks like right now. I've got everything set to be red right now, but I've got the same Corsair Vengeance Pro with some LED strips on the bottom and side there. And that's my RTX 5070. And there's the big chunky Cooler Master CPU cooler. Pretty nice. And then I hear, you know what? While we're here, just because we're waiting for this stupid install, this room is a mess right now. But I can show you guys my setup. So I've got the TV. Here's the Series X, the PS5. Down here I've got the Wii and Nintendo 64, the NES Mini and the PS2, the original SNES and the Hyperkin. I guess, I don't know. It's like a multi-console thing. It plays SNES, NES, and Sega Genesis games, which is pretty sweet. And then, here, let me take you guys over here. Here is my closet full of games. I've got PS1, PS2, PSP, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, GameCube, Wii, Switch. Here's all my N64, SNES, Nintendo DS, 3DS, and Game Boy Advance. Pretty nice, if I do say so myself. Oh, there's more. Hold on. Let me get the small ones out here. Okay. I won't show you guys the Switch because you all already know what a Nintendo Switch looks like. I'm just flexing on you guys right now. Here's the Nintendo 2DS XL. Uh, My PSP 3000, which this thing is my baby. I've had this since I was in 7th grade, and I bought this used on Amazon with my allowance money for $70. I saved up for months to get that bad boy, and I still have it. And I've recently used it too. That's it. Let's see here somewhere. My Game Boy Advance SP, which I don't use a ton anymore because it is old. No need to flex like that. The battery life on it isn't great, and the power switch has been having some issues. It won't always turn on every time, but pretty sweet. I've got a couple of the Game & Watch re-releases, which Marcos, nerd lol, love it. Um, Honestly, I feel like only Lonnie out of you guys would even know what these are, but I got the Game & Watch re-releases. These are from like, I want to say either the 70s or 80s, like late 70s, early 80s. Obviously, these ones have newer games than the old LCD Game & Watch games, but... And then last but not least, I have... This is my most prized possession right here. This is a Game Boy Advance I bought on eBay that someone did a shell swap on. So this is a brand new shell, 3D printed, and it's like original SNES themed. And it's got a custom IPS LED screen in it. So if you turn it on, it's kind of hard to see, but the original Game Boy Advance, this model, didn't even have a backlit screen. And this one is super bright, and the colors on it are really good. This was about, I think, $300. And I've got a Pokemon Fire Red in here right now. Pretty fucking dope. I prefer this one too because it's got the AA batteries instead of the rechargeable. And wait, where did I find those? Are you talking about the Game & Watches? Because I think I just got those on Amazon. I don't know if they sell them anymore. I'm guessing they do. But the green one just has the original Legend of Zelda on it, and the red one's got Super Mario Brothers on it. And they double as clocks too. I think the Legend of Zelda one even comes with a little like cardboard stand that you fold together, and you can put it in clock mode and just put it in the stand. And it's pretty cool. And they're rechargeable. You just charge them with USB-C. I think they both might be dead right now because, to be honest, I don't really play them that much. Actually, playing them is kind of difficult because they're tiny even for my hands. But I have some random collectibles in here too. I've got the SNES the original one I have came with like all the manuals and everything, which is pretty sweet. It's even got like this little fold out here where you can sign up for 3 years of Nintendo Power, which is not a thing anymore. And then I think there's one more thing. I gotta go grab it over here. Someone actually gave me this as a freebie and an eBay purchase I made. I think it might have been the Game Boy, but it's a pack of like, what are they? Tops, like Nintendo playing cards, unopened. These aren't actually worth as much as you might think. You can get them on eBay for pretty cheap, but it's kind of cool. These are the kind of playing cards that you'd find like free pieces of bubblegum in. So yeah, how's the install coming? Okay. We are choosing our country of origin. Hold on, let me get this set back up. There we go. Should I put Mexico? There we go. Just kidding. I won't do that. Yes, US keyboard. Don't add another key. Nope. I said no. Skip. Connect you to a network. Wow, I am a fucking nerd, huh? Look at that. I remember those, and yes, I'm old, but I'll never forget the instructions. My Wi-Fi network is called Lord of the Pings. Is this gonna show my password? No, okay. I don't actually know my exact password. I have it saved on my phone because it's kind of long and has a bunch of numbers and letters and stuff here. You know what? I might be able to remember it. Did I get it? No. God damn it. Hold on, let me go on my desktop PC and see. Um, how long have I? It's only been 2 hours and 17 minutes. Feels like it's been a lot longer than that. I'm gonna get some food pretty soon here. I might go down and get another drink in a second. Okay, password. There we go. I see. I messed up one letter. There we go. Okay. Let's hit next. But you know what we could also try is if you do want to still have what food you gonna DoorDash? Shit. I don't know. Bryce's suggestion was pretty good. Ramen ramen is pretty good. Hmm. It's getting kinda late too though now, so places are gonna start closing soon. It's already 10 o'clock. Honestly, I might do some Dave's Hot Chicken again. Because they're open pretty late. I think once Windows is done installing, I'll probably do a couple of tests, and then I'll probably call it good for the night. And I don't know, I might do a little bit of setup for you, because there's some stuff you probably should have had installed on here that you didn't know about. Um, right, you have to name it. Okay. What do you want it to be called? It doesn't really matter what you call it, to be honest. It can just be any random name. My mom and I have a thing where we always name our computers like old lady names. So we've got like Margaret, Gertrude, Esmeralda, Pearl, Opal, Ruby. I just realized the music stopped playing too. That's weird. I don't know why I did that. Get some more music going here. Some more Convergent Jelly bangers. This one's actually one of my favorites. Just put Marcos. Okay. Naming your PC after yourself. I accidentally put a P in it right before I hit enter. That's okay. Once you actually get into Windows, you can just change the name. What do you mean, no? Wait. It's too late now. And I fat fingered the fucking thing. It's called, and now it's called Marcos Cock Gobbler 3000. Okay. I didn't even know you were still here, Bryce. I'm glad you showed up though, because then, and Lonnie too, because if it was just Santana and Marcos, I'd probably be losing my mind because there wouldn't be anyone here who actually knows about PCs, and they would have no idea what I'm talking about. I just had a revelation, guys. It's a little too late now, though. We're in too deep. But I was just thinking about it, and his PC had, what is the computer doing? What did it just do? This computer had Windows 10 on it, right? And he had a Ryzen 5 3600. I think the 3600 might have been the generation right before they started enabling TPM by default for Windows 11. And I wonder if he was blue screening on boot because his TPM wasn't enabled on his CPU. I wonder if all I had to do was go into the BIOS and enable TPM in the security settings. It's entirely possible. It sucks that I didn't think about it until now. But oh, you have to put your Microsoft account. Well, yeah, could be, but he didn't change the CPU. Well, so here's the thing. He said he bought this computer during COVID, so like 2020, 2021-ish, and used it for a bit. And then he said he didn't use it for a while, and when he went to go turn it back on, that was when it started blue screening. So I wonder if, for some reason, maybe because it's an OEM build of Windows, it tried to upgrade to Windows 11 automatically, and then it failed because the TPM wasn't enabled in the BIOS. Because I didn't check before I swapped out the CPU to see if TPM was enabled. I can do it now though, because my old CPU is still in here. I've still got to switch it back out for his. But I'll make sure to check that in the BIOS. Speaking of that, where did I put his CPU? Because I know I set it down somewhere. Damn, Marcos, that's crazy. I lost your CPU. Could be, but he didn't. Oh, I found it. Teehee. Okay, so you're gonna have to add a Microsoft account. Uh, you have one if you have an Xbox. I will have to look into that. Yeah, I've when I've never dealt with like a Windows 11 upgrade with older hardware, really, especially not on an OEM build of Windows like that. But it sucks I didn't think about that until now because that could have been the issue. Uh, I might have to stop here unless you're willing to send me info for your Microsoft account because you should have one. It's the same one you use on your Xbox. Should be a Hotmail email address with a password. I don't know how you want to deal with doing that. I could just leave it at this and let you do the rest. Since at this point all you have to do is sign in and it'll finish the install and everything should just be completely reset. Um, because I'm pretty sure it's fine now. I'll just have to throw your CPU back in, screw the GPU back in. Probably tomorrow evening or something. I'll put that cooler on for you, and then you need to wipe that other SSD. The 256 gig one on the back, it's unplugged right now. But as soon as Windows is done installing, I might have to walk you through it a little bit. I'm not sure how I'll do that, but you'll need to go to disk management and make sure you format that SSD. Um, yeah, because it still has Windows on it. It's got Windows 10 on it, and I don't know what you want to do with that afterward because it's kind of small. But Marcos, actually, you know what you could do? Let's see. Well, um, if you know how to do it, I don't think I've ever done it on mobile before, but you could send me a whisper on Twitch with your what's oh right, you have Discord. It's it's the same as everything else. It's just conversion jelly, all lowercase, one word. Yeah, you can just add me on there and then send me the username and password to your Microsoft account, and I can log you in. And then once I get this back to you, actually, when you're getting it all set up, you can just call me on Discord and screen share, and I can walk you through the whole disk management thing. Damn. Crazy that you guys are still on here and my moderator isn't. What a moderator he is. Check this site out. Oh, I think your link might have gotten blocked in the chat. I don't think you're able to send links in chat if that's what you were trying to do. Um, I know the ad bots are able to do it somehow. Yeah. I might be able to enable links somehow. Here, if you know how to do a whisper, you should be able to send it to me there. I think if I don't know. I don't have my phone right now because I'm using it as a camera, but if you can figure out how to send me a whisper, you should be able to send a link through that. You know, if your mod was actually being a mod. Yeah, I know, right? That's crazy. I hate to say it, but I think pretty soon Bryce here is gonna earn that mod status. If Mr. Moana over here is gonna be going to Washington every other goddamn weekend. God help us all. Here, I will be right back. I'm gonna go get another drink because I feel like I might be here for a little bit still. If Marcos would add me on Discord already so he can send me the shit. We don't god all night. Watch it finish while he's gone. You know what? I just realized the screen capture is like so tiny that you guys can't really even see it. It didn't matter before because it was just a blue screen, but here, hold on. Let me fix this real quick in OBS. Capture card. Here, I'll put it up here and make it a bit bigger just because we're not really doing hardware stuff right now. There we go. That's a little bit better. No pressure, Marcos. Just, waiting on you right now. I'm gonna go get a drink. I will be right back, everybody. Okay. I am back. Sorry, that took a minute. Tanner needs him there to finish. Oh my god. Bro, did Marcos like fall asleep or something? I don't think I've gotten a friend request. If you don't hurry up, I'm about to just call it here and let him do this shit on his own. Because I can't go any further unless he signs into an account. Yeah, Marcos, add me on Discord so you can send me your login so I can set this. If you send me your login, I can set everything else up for you and I can show you how to do it. Because you should have the nvidia app for your graphics drivers. I can't find yours. Well, you don't look for it. You just go to add friend and then you type in the name, which is, I'll even put it in chat. That's my Discord name. And you hit the add friend button or whatever. And it sends the friend request. Check your Discord. I'm checking it. I don't have a friend request in my inbox. This song is a banger, by the way. This is one of my better ones. But yeah, what was I saying? The NVIDIA app for graphics drivers. There we go. Oh my god. That's your picture? Ugh. I'm sorry, but I have to show everyone this. Hold on, hold on, hold on. This is great. You guys are gonna love this. Uh, Hold on. Let me switch over to my regular stream setup. Brother, ew. Yeah, for real. Shit. Forgot it. You guys can't expect display capture. Trying to make, you guys can still see it though. That's great. That reminds me of you guys probably haven't, but the video of uh, why did I just get a got yes that one's connected to this one. But is this also you, Marcos? Because I just got both at the same. What? Oh, I can't get. There we go. Okay. Tanner's looks like the hippo from Madagascar. That's brutal. You don't have to do them like that. Okay, just send me the deets, the login, the shit. Don't make fun of my email. I won't. I can't talk shit about anybody's email because my okay, the second email address I ever made was one for just like signing up for stuff. It was a spam email. It's literally spamlover5555 at gmail.com. Yeah, see, like that's not even that bad. I'm not gonna say it or show it, but it's not that bad. Um, I guess I'll have to show it because it's gonna pop up on the screen here, and I don't really feel like changing it. But it's gonna be kind of awkward. I'm gonna have to bring my keyboard over here. Uh, okay, let me make sure I type that in right. Yes, and then password. Hopefully, it's not showing this one. I can't look at the screen right now. God damn it, I have to redo that one. I think I fat fingered at the very end there. Okay. We should be good. Really? Hold on. Why? This is stupid. Where did I put my mouse? There it is. This was supposed to be uppercase, I think. What do you mean? It should be that, but if not, I have other passwords. What do you mean it should be that? Dog, you need a professional email. Are you talking about me? Because I have other emails. Like that was just like that was in middle school when I made that one. Now I just have like a dylan.j.liveandgood one I use for most stuff. Um yeah, I don't think that password is working. Let's see what else he's got. Lowercase I. I don't think capitalization on the email matters because I am typing it in as an uppercase, and if you look here, it's changing it to lowercase anyway. I think it's the password. I could do the email code. If you have access to that email, it should send a code to you, and then I can just type that in to log in. Okay. I don't know why you guys can't see, but he's just messaging me on Discord now. Okay. I'll do the email code, and then there we go. Just send me the code on Discord, and I can sign in with that. This is a good song too. Soon to be. What? I think you just had a stroke while typing that. That's crazy. I like how it blocks out the .com too, because it counts as a link. 172.060. Okay. There we go. I was talking to my mom while I was downstairs too about this PC because it's kind of crazy to me. Still, $1,000 for 8 gigs of RAM, a mid-tier CPU, and a graphics card from like 2012. Set up as a new PC. In okay, you'll have to set up a pin. Just send me whatever you want the pin to be on Discord, and it'll use that for your Oh right, yeah, that was what you told me the old one was. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, in case you guys are wondering too, this is my old keyboard. I have a new one now that's wireless and a lot better. But this is what my PC used to have. I believe it's the Corsair. It's the Corsair K63, and it's all right. And then for the wireless mouse, it's the Logitech G305. It was just like the cheapest one I could find because I just use it for travel. I think I've got like the G502 Hero or something on my desktop. So this stuff you all pretty much don't want that. Don't want that. No advertising stuff. Find your device. Don't really need. Um, Location is okay. It's just mainly for like weather and stuff like that. Skip this. Skip. I'm guessing you don't want to use their cloud service. One thing I probably will do, because I'm guessing you won't be interested anyway, is disabling OneDrive, because sorry, I'm reading chat. Oh, at orapack.com. We all technically have Orapack emails, I'm pretty sure. 99% of us don't use it, but I think since like once you get your ADP account, you technically have one, and it's just first initial last name at orapack.com or something like that. So, fun fact. Um, do not know. What was it saying? Oh yeah, so OneDrive. Windows 11 pushes OneDrive like super hard. It's their cloud service thing, and it does backups and all that. But I hate it, and I prefer to do my own manual backups onto a hard disk drive because I'm not really all about cloud subscriptions and all that. So I'll make sure to do that for you. That way it won't keep bugging you. Because by default, um, Windows 11 will just like automatically start trying to back up everything for you, and it's really obnoxious. Okay, it's downloading updates. It's got to do that because I'm using the thumb drive that you get when you buy the physical one, because it's got an old, really old version of Windows 11 on it. Here, while we wait, let's get a little workout in. Let's get a workout stream going here. Could use a little bit of a pump right now. I did pay an outrageous amount of money for these adjustable dumbbells that have like plates that you can take on and off. They've got handles that you just turn. and it's got like plates that lock on. So here we go. Hell yeah. This is what my life has come to. These are 25s, by the way. Let's see if anyone's been in the Minecraft server lately. No. I feel kind of bad because the main guy who plays on it, I'm pretty sure lives in like Europe or something. Because he mentioned that when it was 11 o'clock here, it was like 6 a.m. for him over there. So I think he mostly plays in the morning. Well, morning for him, which is night for us. So if I turn off my PC when I go to bed, then he can't play on it. So I've been trying to keep the server up for him at night. This is a good song too. I don't have room right now, or I would bust out the bench, start getting some incline chest presses in. Ah, there it is. First one of the night. Fucking ad bot. And guess what? You know what's crazy? My moderator isn't even here to ban them. Here, while I wait, I'm gonna look up this keyboard that Bryce was talking about. Let's see it. Here, here we go. Okay. I forgot to change the audio input from my headset to the boom mic. I've got too many USB devices plugged in, so I've got to like switch them out if I'm going to use this thing. Okay, here we go. Keyboard review. RK Royal Kludge. Are you talking about? There's a bunch of different ones apparently. They look nice. My style is more what would it be? I think like a 65% or something like that. I don't know if that's the right percentage, but fourth over. This one. What is this? The RK61? Yeah, 60%. I guess maybe it's like a 70 or like 65 or 70. I Prefer not to have the number pad, but I like having the function keys on top. Also forgot I need to, whoops. I think I need to refocus my webcam again. Yep. I pretty much have to refocus it every time I use it. There we go. Do they have like a it's the 71. See, I like having the function row though, that's the thing. 71. It looks nice, I'll give it that. Hopefully it comes with some kind of magnetic wrist rest. That's what mine's got. Hold on. I gotta get my keyboard reconnected here because I do not have enough fucking USB ports. Let me try Bluetooth. No, it doesn't. That kind of sucks. Nice. I just realized you guys can see me doing this. I literally here. This is the Bluetooth dongle from my keyboard. I can't even use my keyboard right now because I have too many things plugged in. I don't think I even have another port on the back of my PC. I have a ridiculous amount of devices. And I've never connected this keyboard through Bluetooth before. I've always used the Bluetooth or the 2.4 gig Bluetooth. No, it's not Bluetooth. I'm fucking tired. The wireless dongle. Jesus Christ. Okay, you know what? Hold on. There we go. Okay, we're good. Switch it to that mode. There we go. Is it this there? This is the keyboard I have. The K70 Core 10 keyless wireless. It's pretty nice, and it's got a. Can I have to bed night, guys? I'll see your ass Tuesday. Just kidding. I don't know. If you happen to pop in, I guess I'll see you then. Either like I'll probably be on tomorrow night and Sunday night. But yeah, it's got a volume knob. I think you can press it in too and it will pause and play. And then a couple programmable buttons. But it's pretty nice. Okay, let me whoopsies. Okay. You guys can hear me again, right? I switched my microphone back to the headset. Okay. Sweet. Because this is getting kind of close. It's at 75% for installation. I want to finish this tonight now. I'm dedicated. I'm not getting off until I'm done, even if there's nobody here to watch. I just got to get Windows installation done, and then I will install a couple things for him. You will be here. You're getting close. Close to what? Gross. What, climaxing? To nutting a bit, yeah. Probably means close to falling asleep. Which is crazy, because it's not even 11 o'clock yet. I'm not even tired. I will be as soon as I lay down though. Like I'm in that stage now where as long as I'm like active and moving, I'll be good. But if I lay down for like a second on that bed right now, it is EP time. Gonna be playing Black Ops 1 Zombies right now. You know what's crazy? Hold on. Shit, the phone went to sleep, so I can't see the camera now. Let me fix this real quick. Whoopsies, that's not what I meant to do. Put this back on. Oh wow, I didn't even realize that camera turned off. Okay. Switch this. Shit. Wow, this does not want to stay up now. God damn. Okay, there we go. Black Ops 1 on 360. The OG. Gotta play some zombies together. World at War Zombies better. I actually never played World at War, but I don't doubt it. I've only heard good things about it. It's where zombies started in the Pack-a-Punch. I don't actually know that much about zombies. The only zombies I've played is Black Ops because I don't really play Call of Duty much in general. If you want to see my COD collection, I mean, there's not a whole lot to it. It's all right here. I've got a. When you want to stream, invite Discord. What do you mean by that? Oh, if I'm trying to play, possibly. I do have a huge mess that I'm gonna have to clean up once I end the stream. I know you guys can't see it right now, but this place looks like a hurricane came through here. There's so much stuff on the floor, and I have to put away all the tools, and I still got to put your CPU back in here and all that. But yeah, here's so Black Ops 1, and Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. That is literally all I have when it comes to Call of Duty. But in my opinion, that's all you really need. Plus, I need to eat still too. I haven't ordered food yet because all I need is 1 and 2. I like 3. For multiplayer, I prefer 2, but I really like the survival mode in 3. I think 2 is best overall for just multiplayer, and special ops is a banger. But the survival mode's pretty good too. 98% there. We're, we're we're getting close, boys. We're in the fucking home stretch here. This is gonna be another hell of a VOD to upload to YouTube because we're past the 3-hour mark now. It actually doesn't take too long. The longest one I've uploaded so far was the 4-hour Minecraft stream from earlier this week. All this just for it to not work. It'll work. It's working. Believe. Trust in the process, my boy. I am still kind of bummed out that I possibly realized what the problem was after I completely wiped everything. Because it could have been something as simple as just enabling the TPM thing in the security settings. But oh well. The thing could probably use a reset anyway, to be honest. Gotta get rid of that homework folder. Cornhub folder. Where you, this is kind of a this is gonna make me seem like a fucking goon goblin. But have you guys ever been on Pornhub when they change it to Cornhub? Like, have you ever? That's an actual thing. There was one day I went on there. I think it might have been for a holiday or something. I don't remember what it was, but one day I went on there and it was all corn themed. They changed the logo to Cornhub, and all the videos were just videos of corn. Like it was an actual thing. It was crazy. It was. I think it was April Fools. Now that I think about it, if you go on Pornhub on April 1st, they usually do funny stuff like that. Just trying to get you nut. Just going. Yeah, this song is a banger too. I've got the fucking god roll on this playlist right now for my music. There's still a bunch of music that I haven't released yet though. Just unfortunate. Okay, hold on. It's finally done. We're at the login screen, boys. We went from blue screen of death on fucking boot up to login screen. Let's go. Okay, that's cool. I always forget it does that. You know what's funny? This makes the, I think, third or fourth time in the last like 2 months that I've done a Windows 11 install. And I forget every time that the first time you log in, you still have to wait. You know what? I got something to hold myself over so I can get some food later. This is a brownie that I got from Jersey Mike's yesterday. I got it with my sandwich, and I totally forgot about it in the bag. But Jersey Mike's has some pretty good brownies, not gonna lie. Okay, we're logged in. Let me just. They're gonna say wheat brownie. Well, no, I don't do that. Okay, so here's what we can't send into OneDrive. That's perfectly fine by me, my guy. Please close the error box, though. Would very much appreciate it. I'm clicking both boxes and it's not doing anything. In fact, nothing is responding at all. This thing's cooked. Just kidding. Hey, yo. What? For some reason, right now, my left click is right click and right click is left click. Like, if I left click on the desktop, it brings up the right click context menu. Why is it backwards? That's why it wasn't working. I don't even know what could possibly cause that. What the fuck? So I think Lonnie was giving you a hint earlier that you got the lead job. I mean, yeah. I I talked to a few people about it. I had my interview on Thursday and it went well. Mark said they asked me a bunch of questions like they did Brian, and Mark was just like, those are some pretty good answers. I like those answers. And I was like, cool. So uh guess that's it then. And then I was actually talking to Jeff about it. Santana and I were in the corporate break room at like 4 o'clock on our last break, and Jeff was down there. And I told him I had the interview, and he was like, "Yeah, Mark and I were talking about it earlier, and it's pretty much a done deal." So, Mark and Lonnie said they would have an answer for me next week, but we all know it's pretty much already done and decided. It might just take a little bit to fully transition. And yeah, that is some Chinese shit. I don't know, how is your right and left click backwards? Good lord. Mouse settings? No, I don't want a literal mouse. There we go. Primary mouse button. Yeah, see what? Who does that by default? That literally is some Chinese shit. What is... okay, so here, Marcos. I know you're playing zombies right now, but can we get a GG in the chat for Brian? Did anyone else apply besides you? Nope. I'm pretty sure it was just the two of us. Because we were the only ones who got interviews. And I've already talked to Brian about it. He's not like mad at me or anything. He knew from the start that he probably wasn't gonna get it. But we'll wait and see what happens next, because the candidates for CombiLift are either him or Adrian, and they're probably gonna go with Brian. And we'll see how long that lasts. Anyway, Marcos, what I was saying, I know you're playing zombies right now, but you better pause that shit and be paying attention here. Because if for some reason you ever have to do this again, or you get a new PC or something, Right, this is when I'm going to start doing, you're paying attention. Okay, this is when I'm going to start doing the important stuff. So, on any PC, first thing you do, go to the mouse settings. This setting right here, enhance pointer precision, turn that shit off. What that does is makes it so that the faster you move your mouse, the faster the cursor moves. So if you slowly drag it, it'll move it kind of slow. And if you flick it back and forth, it'll move across the screen faster. And that's going to fuck your aim up in literally every single game because your aim is going to be inconsistent. So turn that shit off. We can take all this stuff off the taskbar. This is just garbage. Fucking Windows 11 trash. Microsoft Edge. More like Microsoft Emerald Edger, am I right? Fuck this shit. Second thing you're gonna do, use Microsoft Edge to install Google Chrome. There we go. Look at that goddamn download speed. And it's good you upgraded your RAM because I can imagine if you were using Chrome before that you were struggling with 8 gigs of RAM because Chrome by itself, with just a few tabs open, uses about half that. And I wish I was joking, but with 8 gigs, Chrome uses about half that. And Windows 11 on its own, actually, if you go to the desktop, or no, go to the taskbar and right click it, open Task Manager, and if you go to your, hold on, let me make this bigger. Go to Performance and go to Memory. So see, this says 15.9 gigabytes. There's 12.1 available because some of it is reserved. So 3.5 is in use. I'm guessing most of that right now is probably Chrome just because it's open. 5 out of the 18 are committed. I'm pretty sure if I remember right, that means that those 5 are reserved for the operating system. So right now 16 gigs is like minimum for a Windows 11 computer to function. You're expecting the autistic one to remember all this? I mean, you don't have to remember all this exactly, because you can always just ask for help, but at some point, you might want to consider upgrading to 32 gigs. That's what I've got right now. 16 used to be fine pre-Windows 11, but I'd say at this point, 32 is slowly becoming the new standard. And it's not too expensive either. I think I got 2 sticks of 16 for, it was like $80, I'm pretty sure, and it was the same Corsair Vengeance Pro RAM that you have. Plus, your micro ATX board actually has 4 slots, which is to me uncommon. I think most micro ATX boards I've seen, like my old one, only has 2 slots. So you could theoretically just buy the same pack you bought of the 2 8 sticks and do some dual channel with or I guess it would be quad channel with 4 sticks of 8. Anyway, get Chrome installed. We'll do don't sign in because I'll let you do that on your own. Whoopsies. Make sure you set it as your default browser. I think if I just open it again, it might ask me. There we go. And then never look at Microsoft Edge again, because that's garbage. Let's yeah, so this is what I was talking about. Unfortunately, because it's a clean install of Windows, you won't be able to personalize anything. You'll have to buy Windows again for that, which sucks. because it is going to cost quite a bit of money to reactivate it, but that's the price you pay for fucking up your PC. Next thing we are going to do, since you have an MSI motherboard, we're gonna install Afterburner. So that is basically just a program for MSI products that lets you do overclocking and like fan curves and stuff. You don't really have to change any of the settings in it. It's just kind of good to go by default. I haven't been reading checks. How much is 32? I got 32 216s. I got mine. Well, I might have answered. I can't read chat and be over there at the same time now because my laptop died. But the same RAM that you have was, can he overclock with the CPU he has? I don't believe so. He would have to get the unlocked. So for AMD, it's the X models. So he would have to get like the Ryzen 5 3600X, but he's got the regular one. They've got the there's the regular models, which they do still have a boost clock speed. So his base clock is we can actually check it right now. Go back to Task Manager and go to CPU. So his base clock is 3.4. It doesn't show his boost clock on here, but oh, that's my CPU. So his might actually be slightly higher. We can look it up real quick. Ryzen 5 3600. So his is, it says 4.2, but I think that's the boost. Possibly. Okay, yeah. So his base clock speed of 3.6, a max boost of 4.2. So it's not far off from mine, actually. I've got the, the 5600, which is 3.5 and 4.4. So yeah, pretty close to what I've got. Do you know the app is for Asus? What app for Asus? I know I've got lots of Asus trash on my laptop. There's like the Asus Armory crate and stuff like that for overclocking and whatnot. But he'd have to get the X model. And if you want integrated graphics, it's the G ones, I believe. I don't know if there's, yeah, so Ryzen 5 5600G. This would have integrated graphics. Yeah, and then 5600X. So anyway, back to what I was doing. Oh yeah, I think I already downloaded it. There we go. Afterburner, I don't really ever use it for overclocking. I like my parts to last as long as possible, so I don't really overclock. Like Afterburner, but Asus. I am pretty sure I have it on my laptop. I just don't remember what it's called because there's like 3 different Asus programs on there. It might have been Armory Crate. But yeah, I don't really use MSI for, or Afterburner for overclocking. I mostly just use it for fan speeds and stuff. Because it'll automatically set like a fan curve speed for your GPU. Okay. And it should start up by default every time you boot your computer up. Okay, so I think just for fun, I still want to do a benchmark test or two, but I got to think of what to do because with the card he has, I don't think I'll even bother with one of the newer ones because like on my PC I would do one of the 3D Mark ones. But I've got some games I could download too that have benchmarks built into them. Um, I don't know. I could just do 3D Mark and maybe try one of the older benchmarks. But the PC, as it is right now, like it's not terrible for the price. It's it's not good. But if you take the price aspect away, it's it's not a horrible start for a PC. You've got a decent CPU and RAM. You gotta, if you want to play any kind of newer game on it, um, you're gonna have to get a new GPU in there. Which unfortunately right now is kind of a bad time to buy one. Uh, the prices are a bit ridiculous right now, and there's actually a lot of pushback on nvidia over it. I just desperately needed a new PC, which is why I didn't mind paying the ridiculous price for mine. But my GPU, the RTX 5070, was $660. That's more than an Xbox Series X or a PS5 just for the GPU. Okay, so it's absolutely tiny because I'm using this on a 4K TV right now, and apparently MSI Afterburner doesn't scale its GUI properly for higher resolutions. But yeah, there it is, Radeon RX 550. It'll show you like your GPU clock speed and memory and all that, and temperature. So you can pretty much just leave this all as is because it'll automatically put the fan speed to auto, and you can just minimize it. It won't stay in the taskbar, but it'll stay in the tray here if you ever want to look at it. Okay, we can close those. Take edge off the taskbar so it's not edging us. Uh, okay, what else is there? Here, you know what? I'll get this all set up for you. Let's get Steam on here. And for now, I'll just log into my account. And when I give it back to you, I will log out and uninstall all the games. I'm only going to log into my account so that I can install 3D Mark. There we go. Damn, you know what? You two, I think, should fight to the death right now over over being moderator. Or actually, you know what? Here, hold on. We can shit, I forgot my keyboard wasn't plugged in. I'm pretty sure there's a coin flip command. Okay. I'm gonna sign in. Um I am gonna need my phone for this. Yeah, but I won't be on it all tomorrow. Unfortunate. Imagine having a life and doing stuff on the weekend besides just like playing video games. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to disable this camera real quick because I'm going to use the QR code for login just to make my life easier. There we go. Okay, let me see if I can switch back. There we go. Okay. That's good enough. Okay. Oh, hey, look, there's Mr. Chris Powell offline for. He was online 4 hours ago. He's been offline for a while because he's been playing Minecraft. Mr. Chris P. Okay. Let's get some. Trying to think of either stuff that has a good benchmark besides 3D Mark, or just a game that would be good to play for a little bit for a benchmark. Here, Killing Floor 2. Have you played Killing Floor 2? Bro, we need to play some Killing Floor 2 together. Holy shit, I didn't know you were a Killing Floor 2 enjoyer. That used to be my shit. Hold on, here, look at this. I have 647 hours in this game. This was my shit. I used to have tons of skins too, but I think I sold most of them. Yeah, Killing Floor 3, the beta for it was released to like YouTubers and streamers, like media outlets, and it was garbage. It was so bad. It looked like a early access free to play game, and I think they delayed the release of it, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to save the game. But it's unfortunate too, because Killing Floor 2 kind of I don't know, the game's mostly pretty dead now. And it didn't, I wouldn't say it went out peacefully. I even made a video on like an old YouTube channel. I don't think you can see it anymore, but um it was a video about the new content they were releasing and the fact that the game was turning towards pay to win. And whenever they, yeah, I mean, I pretty much only played on modded lobbies because the default player count for their servers was like, I think it was 6 people. So I'd play on modded lobbies that had like max like 50 players on community maps and stuff like that. It's like on Battlefield 4. You always want to play on the Operation Locker servers where the ticket limit is like 3,000 and the match goes on for like 2 hours. But yeah, look at this fucking speed. Well, it's transferring it. I really like that Steam added this. Instead of having to download something, if you're oh, rip Wi-Fi. I just realized my camera's like all laggy now because I'm downloading or transferring. But instead of having to download stuff, if it's on a computer on the same network, it'll just transfer the files instead. It's pretty cool. This actually is a good game to test too, because it was one of the first ones. This game was actually part of the reason why I built my first PC. Was because at the time I was playing on, I think, like an old Lenovo ThinkPad, and I mostly just played like CS:GO and stuff on it. And I wanted to play this game with him, so I built a custom PC to play Killing Floor 2. So I know for a fact that the 1050 Ti can run this game decently well. I wouldn't say it's amazing or anything, but oh yeah, look at that fucking camera rip. The way these cameras are set up, so both of them are phones with the app DroidCam installed on them, and it sends the camera footage to my PC over Wi-Fi, which is why they're freaking out right now, is because the download is using like all of the bandwidth, so the footage is all laggy. Not gonna lie, I feel like it's even at like 177 megabits per second, it's still going kind of slow. And it's weird because like down here it says 36%, but then up here it only says 4 out of 42 gigs. But yeah, I've spent like fucking countless nights in Killing Floor 2. I specifically remember the Super Mario 64 castle map. For some reason, was like the #1 most played community map in that game, and it was good, but like just weird that the zombie survival game's #1 map is a fucking Mario map. Damn, we're about to hit 4 hours pretty soon here. Also, just so you guys know, I am not doing a stream like this again for a very long time, because this was a huge pain in the ass to set up. I had to buy a wireless headset, set up 2 phones as cameras, and make sure I could plug both of them in, make an entirely new layout on my OBS. Light work, what do you mean? Yeah. If spending multiple hours setting up cameras and doing audio checks is light work, and completely trashing my room for one stream, because I'm gonna have to clean it all up tomorrow and put everything back how it was. And I still need to put your processor back in your computer and plug the other SSD in back here. And then I gotta screw down your NVMe, because right now it's just like sticking out of the board. Screw your power supply back in. Put the panels back on, all that. But if I had an extra one, or just like had the money, I'd totally be willing to give you my 1070 Ti. But this little PC, it's like, it's kind of my backup one, to be honest. And if I ever travel somewhere for like long periods of time for some reason, this will end up being like my travel PC because it's quite a bit better than my current laptop. And it's decently compact. It doesn't have a handle on it, which I kind of wish it did, but like it's not very heavy and it's pretty small. And it does have a Wi-Fi card in it. This motherboard doesn't have built-in Wi-Fi, but I got a little uh, PCIe Wi-Fi card in there. And that case was only like I think $40, and it's actually got a lot of nice features for a case that cheap. It's got like lots of space in the rear panel, and like tie downs for cable management and stuff like that. And it came with a couple fans. Pretty nice. The only thing that's like kind of outdated right now would be my laptop. I bought that laptop I think probably 4 years ago I want to say, and it's not very good. I think it's got like a Ryzen 5 3550, which is like one of their weird laptop models, and a GTX 1650, which is not great. Uh-oh. Why'd your screen do that? I think it just went to sleep. There we go. I'm going to turn that off actually, because you probably don't want that. I believe it's in power settings. Yeah, power plan. Oh, sorry, I'm eating this brownie. Here's another thing you want to do. Probably just turn these off, to be honest. Put them on never. And then go to power plan. And under show additional plans, put it on high performance. Some people say this doesn't really do anything, and some people think it's like the secret to unlocking your performance. Sleepy time for Bryce. Yeah, it's probably gonna be sleepy time for me too, honestly. I hope you have a good rest of your night and a good day tomorrow, since you will be on. I don't know what you're doing tomorrow, but you know what that means. It's in the chat. Oh well, I've been having to walk back and forth between my computer and the TV because my laptop died, so I can't read chat on there anymore. Um, oh right, that's what it was. It's I think there's a delay again. It was hard for me to tell what you guys are talking about sometimes when like I say something and then I start talking about something else and like 15 seconds later the chat comes in at the Ram Ranch. Shut up, Marcos. That means it's just you and me now, buddy. Until I decide to go to bed, which will probably be pretty soon here, honestly. I might just continue this on my own tomorrow, but by Monday, it should be done and I can bring it back. And this download is going pretty slow because I am using Wi-Fi instead of Ethernet. Mushroom stamp the cam before you go to bed. Hold on. Let me fix my camera. I think I'll do some benchmarks tomorrow on my own. Since this is taking forever. Let me pause this download so my webcam stops or my camera stops fucking freaking out. Here, I can't mushroom stamp the camera. I'll just give you a good. There you go. You like that? Clip it. Yeah, that was, looking back at it, that was some diabolical shit right there. I'm probably gonna clip that one and put it on the gram. Good night, sir. Okay, well, here, let me see if there's anything else I can do. It has been about 4 fucking hours since I started this, and I'm getting pretty tired. But I think for now, this is it's all good. I'll fix the taskbar for you real quick, I guess, because at least personally, I prefer to have it more like the Windows 7 and 8 taskbar. So hide that bullshit. Um, get rid of the search box, and then move it all to the left side. There we go. Now, let me look up how much. I know it was expensive, and it kind of sucks you'll have to do it again, but Windows 11 Pro. See, it's $200 for the key. I know there's like sites where people get keys for cheaper. G2A. See, you could try something like this. I've never done this before, but I do know that a lot of people prefer to buy their keys from like third-party sellers because you can get them for insanely cheap somehow. I don't know how they're able to get the price down so low considering like you only want your fan, Dylan. I know it's crazy. I know the only reason you're on here still is because this is literally your computer. But okay, yeah, I'm probably gonna call it a night, to be honest. And I'll just take some of this stuff off my bed and I was planning on going to my girlfriend's house tonight though. I still would have been watching. Oh yeah, because you're just you said it'll be up to like 3 a.m. maybe playing that fucking zombies. Playing watch YouTube. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I've got 2 monitors on my PC. I'll just play games on one and watch YouTube on the other. Ugh. Yeah, I think I do still want to go to my girlfriend's house tonight. She gets off work at like 1:30 a.m., which is gross. So I'll have to like pack a change of clothes and stuff and go over there. And then probably spend the morning there, come back when she goes to work at like 5 or 6. And then I'll probably just clean all this stuff up real quick and do some more streaming tomorrow night. Maybe, unless I decide to take the day off. Even though I know my Pookie Bear is going to give me shit for doing it. He fucking talks down to me every time I mention taking a day off, because I'm just his Twitch slave now, apparently. It's crazy. Bro practically begs me to stream every night, and then doesn't even stay till the very end. Yeah, I mean, she's a bartender. She works nights, and I know. For the last like 2 weeks, I've been streaming every single night for at least like 2.5 hours, which is pretty much all my free time, considering we've been leaving work at like 8. And there was one day I decided not to do it, and he gave me shit for it the entire next day. It's crazy. But yeah, my girlfriend's a bartender, and the place she works at closes at 1. And then she leaves at 1:30 because she's got to like count the tills and all that. But um, when I go over there for the weekends, I usually try and just stay up until she gets off on Friday night, and then I'll go over there. And I usually just fall asleep like as soon as I get there. But then we'll hang out the next morning, because she'll usually get up around like 11 o'clock or so, and then we've got until like 5 or 6 to just hang out. Well, yeah, hang out, as in like my cock hanging out, you know. Okay, well, I'm I'm gonna end this shit here, I guess, and I'll turn your PC off and get to her house and lay down and pass the fuck out. Well, yeah, pretty much. I'm already getting kind of tired, and I just gotta make sure I don't lay down, because if I lay down in bed, I am out and I'm not getting back up, and she's gonna be upset with me. So I'll just sit in my chair and watch YouTube for a while. But I hope you have a good rest of your night playing zombies or whatever you decide to play. And I'll probably see you tomorrow night. Hell yeah. Adbot right at the end of the stream. Love to see it. But yeah, I may or may not be on tomorrow night. We'll see. But I'll see you later. Peace.